What's up, you guys? Coming at you with another rant video today. I recently got a camera and I've been doing a lot of Twitch streams and I've been exporting them over here to YouTube, but I'm noticing not a lot of people are taking interest in those videos, and the ones where I talk actually have more views. So I might just keep the gaming over on Twitch and just stick to doing commentary videos over here. But if you are interested in watching some gameplay, I got a new camera. It's not the best. I got it on top of my TV. You can actually see it. And so you can't really see my face, which kind of sucks. But anyway, I wanted to come at you with a very serious topic today. It seems like every week we hear about a new influencer banging 16-year-olds, getting canceled for fucking underage women, using their platform to take advantage of their underage fans. And I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of hearing about it, and what's even worse is I'm tired of seeing people defend it. There seems to be a misconception out there with what the legal age limit is and what being an adult is. The fact is, you do not stop mentally developing until you are 25. Okay? We just slapped adult on 18 and ran with it. At 18, you are still underdeveloped. From ages fucking 12 to 25, the amount of mental transformations you go through is insane. At 17, you think you know everything. At 20, you think you know everything. At 25, you grow so much in just a matter of those couple of years that people can't comprehend it. And that's why when you hear about, let's say, a 25-year-old with a 19-year-old, that is weird. It might still be legally okay, but that is still weird because the amount of mental development that you go through in those 6 years is insane. And what you have is a mentally developed adult with somebody who is underly mentally developed. And the problem is that those older mentally developed people take advantage of the naiveness of the young people. Even if the girl comes on you, it is your job as the mentally developed adult to say no. The amount of guys in the world that can't seem to say no to pussy to me is quite insane. Try it sometime. Nothing turns a woman on more than saying no. But try it with a girl your own age, not somebody that's fucking 13. But I just can't help but think back to whenever I was in middle school, at how normalized this actually is in the world, or how big of a problem this actually is. I remember in 8th grade, so 14, there were women in my grade bragging about sleeping with dudes that had already graduated or were seniors. So we're talking 18, 19-year-olds with 14-year-olds. And at the time, in 8th grade, you don't think about how weird that is. You're like, okay, this girl's getting it on with older guys. Girls like older guys, whatever. You don't think about that it's basically a pedophile preying on the naive, right? And the amount of guys and the amount of girls in my grade, in 8th grade or in 9th grade, that were sleeping with dudes that have already graduated is insane. I was dating a girl basically the entire time I was in high school, and she was a year and a half younger than me. So we met when I was 16 and she was 14, but she turned 15 whenever, I don't think that's right. I think I was 15 and she was 14, and then I turned 16. Year and a half. So at one point it looks like I'm 2 years older, but then it was a year and a half gap. Okay. And we dated all the way until I was 18. And then I got with a girl who lied to me about her age and was 2.5 years younger than me. So I was 18 and she was 15, about to turn 16. And while I feel disgusted with myself looking back on that, when I think about this person that I was with, there were guys like that she was with before me that were 5 years older than me. So I'm talking 23-year-olds with 15-year-olds. I remember coming outside my apartment one day and two guys that already graduated high school were talking to freshman girls. So 15-year-old girls with guys who are at least 20. And this is just the normal. I want to name drop so fucking bad, but I'm not going to. But there is just a whole group of dudes, it seems like, in every fucking town that does nothing but pick up freshmen from high school, right? I'm sure every person that watches this video can probably think of a time that they were in school and they saw an older dude in his fucking Honda Civic with no muffler that he probably got from his mother picking up a freshman. And it's gross. It is so gross. I felt so bad for dating that girl that was 2.5 years younger than me. And then you look back on it and then realize that there was a 23-year-old that was with her before me. And you start to think about how weird the shit actually gets. Like, the person that I dated in high school, she had a friend, right? And so I think I was 17 and she was 16 at this time, and I was about to turn 18, and her friend was 16. And her friend hated me. And of course she did, right? Because, you know, I had a problem with my girlfriend going and staying the night at random dudes' houses and hanging out with 23-year-old dudes like her friend did. Her friend literally was with a guy who was, let's say, if I was 17, he was 22. He was 5 years older than me, and she was 16. My girlfriend's friend was 16, banging a 22-year-old, talking about what a shitty guy I was because I was not okay with her friend doing the same. I remember we went to an anime convention one time, and these two guys approached me, my girlfriend, and her friend, and just randomly asked us if we wanted to come over and come stay the night. And surprise, surprise, my girlfriend's friend was like, hell yeah, let's do it. And I'm like, no. I'm good on going to your house. I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't know how old you are. We're under 18. Why are you even talking to us? And then I got shit and got called toxic from my girlfriend's friend all night because I didn't let them go stay with two random dudes that night who could have raped and murdered them for all they knew. But it's not just a problem with social media influencers. It is an everyday thing. Like, if you look at the Dr. Disrespect situation, how many people are defending him, saying and debating what the legal age limit is? Well, in this state, you can legally fuck somebody at this age. At this state, you can... If those words come out of your mouth, congratulations, you're a pedophile, and you support it. Because it doesn't matter what the legal age limit. Yes, the legal age limit might be 16 in one state, but that doesn't mean that you should be in your 30s fucking a 16-year-old. That is weird. Even if you're 20 fucking a 16-year-old, that is weird. Looking at my specific case, where I dated a girl when I was 18 and she was 15 and then turned 16, so I was 18 and 16. Even looking at that, that is weird. And I felt bad about that. She lied to me about her age, though, to be clear on that one. She told me she was a senior in high school, which told me, okay, she's 18. And I didn't find out for like a couple months after what her real age was. And then by that point, she was 16. Yeah. Just being 2.5 years younger than me made me feel gross. And then to find out that that same girl before me was with guys that were 5 years older than me, guys that are still running around the town that I'm in, fucking girls that age that the only thing they post about is how good their dick is at 30. It's so gross. And to drive home my point, I cannot stand the amount of social media influencers on this platform that are using it to take advantage of their young, naive fans. You can't get off a girl your own age, right? So your 2-inch Peter has to go after a 15-year-old so that impresses them because they'll believe your lie when you say it's 6 inches. And then you can just prey on their naiveness. That is the problem. Even if a girl's 18, let's say 18. Let's say you're 25 and you start talking to an 18-year-old. That's legal, right? Do you really not see the problem with that? Do you know how much you grow up from 18 to 25? I cannot believe. I'm 27 now. And from 18 to 25, the shit that I went through, I mean, everybody's different, but like, everybody thinks they know it all, right? When you're 15, you think you know it all. You think you're mature. You think that you think like an adult. When you're 18, same deal. Every phase of your life, you think you know it all. You think you know it all. And then whenever you get into your mid-20s, you look back on your 17-year-old self. Damn near every week now. You got Dr. Disrespect. You got the Cody Co guy. You got, literally, it seems like any fucking guy at this point. You got Sneako's dumbass, who I would love to debate in person. I fucking hate that motherfucker. Let me tell you, Sneako, if for whatever reason you ever get a chance to see this video, just know that I see the facade that you put on. You, Andrew Tate, and all the alpha males that you call yourselves are nothing but little insecure, whiny bitch boys on the inside, dude. First of all, if you have to call yourself an alpha male, you're not one. Second of all, there's nothing more alpha male than sitting here talking about and defending statutory rape and literally admitting to the world that you're a cuck and need somebody else to get your girl off. No wonder you go after 14-year-olds, right? You sit here all the time online debating the worst possible stances, going after the worst possible people that can just debate you and shut you up in 2 seconds. You put on this facade like you're tough, like you're some gangster, and you're nothing but an insecure little closeted gay. That's what you fucking are. And there's nothing wrong with being gay. Just come out, Sneako. It's okay. It's 2024. We'll accept you. But looking at the people like Andrew Tate, fuck him. You know what Andrew Tate is? A bald, insecure baby with daddy issues who sits here and does nothing but remind you of the fact that he's fucking rich. That's it. That's all he has. I'm rich. Do you got a Bugatti? Do you got a Bugatti? Let me tell you something, Mr. Tate. Being rich doesn't make you successful. If I were to turn out anything like you, I would hate myself. We're all going to go into the ground and we're going to be 6 feet under. What matters is the stain that you leave on this earth, and your stain is fucking up kids, man. Is fucking up little dudes with daddy issues that look up to some male influence and they find you, some little insecure baby that doesn't even know how to be a fucking adult. You have these OnlyFans models on your arm, so you sit here and talk about how you can get pussy whenever you want it. They're OnlyFans models. That's kind of how it goes, right? Like, you flaunt your wealth, you got nothing to do but argue about how rich you are, but on the inside, you're just a fucking baby with daddy issues. You are anything but alpha. And the fact that you have I give you props for being able to manipulate the stupid people that follow you, but at the same time, it's not that easy. It's not that hard to manipulate stupid people, is it, Andrew? This is going off on a tangent. I went from talking about underage women to, these are some of the people that argue against what I'm arguing. Like Sneako is always talking about what the legal age of consent is and whatever. And I feel like if those words come out of your mouth, you automatically lose. It doesn't fucking matter. Okay? If you're 25 fucking an 18-year-old, you're a weirdo. Okay? If you're 21 fucking a 16-year-old, you're a weirdo. Okay? If you're 19 fucking a 14-year-old, you're a weirdo. If you are 25 seeking out anybody that is under the age of 20, hell, even 20 is weird. Like, in my opinion, if you're under the age of 25, you shouldn't be hooking up with anybody that's less than 2 years. 2 years underneath what you are. Fucking Sneako's argument is it's about maturity, it's about when you're naturally able to reproduce. Women start their periods sometimes as young as 10 years old. Does that mean that you're able to fuck? Just because you have titties does not mean that you are able to fuck. You can physically, yes, do it, but mentally you are not able, and mentally is more important than physical, you dumb, brain-rotted motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Not to mention that maturity is debatable. People think they're mature whenever they're not. What do you define as mature? Because I think you're what, in your mid-20s, and I wouldn't even call you mature. So by your own standard, you shouldn't be having sex, right? And no, I'm not saying you shouldn't have sex until you're 25. I'm just saying if you're under 25, you should be fucking people that are under 25. If you're 25, you should be fucking people that are no less than 23. You see all these celebrities, right, that are fucking 50 years old, banging 19-year-olds, and people are like, well, whatever goes on behind closed doors, who am I to judge? They look really happy. You should judge that, motherfucker. You should. Because it is a fucking 50-year-old man with a child. 19, you are still a kid. You are still mentally underdeveloped. I promise you that those 19-year-olds that won't last with the 50-year-old celebrities, by the way, are going to hit 25, 26, whatever, and they're going to look back and go, what a stupid decision that was. Like, at that age, you think you know what you're doing, but you don't. And that's the big thing. And all these fucking social media stars that are sitting here sticking their dicks in fucking underage females, whether they come on to them or not, it is your job to say no. If you can't fuck somebody your own age, if you can't satisfy somebody your own age, then jerk off alone, you fucking prude. I do not fucking get why I even have to make this video or why this is a normal thing, because it isn't just social media influencers like I talked about. It's people at every high school. I could list fucking 10 names right now that live in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, that go around fucking 15-year-olds. And I bet they're watching this video with their butthole puckering because they know who they fucking are. Just pedophile after pedophile after pedophile, and we widely accept it because 16's the legal age of consent, 18's the legal age of an adult. Nah, motherfucker. If you're 23 fucking an 18-year-old, you are basically fucking a kid. You are more mentally developed than they are. They think, even if the 18-year-old comes on to you, right? They're making choices that their older self might not make. That's the thing. And a lot of the women that, that are 17 that end up sleeping with these influencers or whatever, they get called out by mad guys or at like, well, you wanted it. Why wait till now to post this? It's because now they're mentally developed enough to understand what the fuck they were doing. Do y'all not get that? Do you not understand that? Really, in my opinion, the legal age limit for being an adult should be 25. That's whenever your brain stops developing. That's whenever you hit your peak. So why would we slap it on 18? Because 18 to 25 is such a big difference, you guys. You think you know it all at 18. You can go to fucking war at 18. But it's really not. I mean, an influencer is exactly what it is. If you're on YouTube and you have a following of 1 million people, you are influencing them. What you say influences them. Shitheads like Sneako that have a massive following, whenever he's sitting here talking about how good of a movie Cuties is, and that it's okay to fuck a 16-year-old, and blah fucking blah. As long as she's mature and she's had her period, she's fair game, right, Sneeko? You are influencing the people that are watching you to believe these lies. People like you and Andrew Tate and fucking what's his stupid fucking name, the irrelevant fuck over on Kick. Hold on, give me a second. The trio. You got Sneeko, Andrew Tate, and that curly-headed fuck. What's his name? What's his fucking name, dude? I can't think of it. God, you're lucky. I can't fucking think of it right now, man. But another Andrew... The dude that literally sniffed Andrew Tate's chair when he got up and then goes around hating on gay people as if he isn't one. Like, I just can't stand this shit. We live in a world where we have people arguing for fucking underdeveloped people. And then those are the same people that talk about not being gay and not being trans and go Trump and this is who I should take my politics from. Somebody that thinks that you should legally be able to fuck a 16-year-old. I am 27. The idea of talking to an 18-year-old sounds so disgusting to me. I cannot believe that there's people out there double my age that do it. Because not only at 18 are they mentally developed, even if they do want you, even if they think they are mature enough, you're at two different phases in your life, right? An 18-year-old, you're 18. You're young. You don't know what you want. You're confused. You just became an adult, right? You just graduated high school. Maybe you go to college, maybe you don't, but you're beginning your adult life and you're experimenting. You don't know what you want yet. And at almost 30, that's where you got a kid. Maybe you don't, but you got a career path and you got more, like two different stages of life. So when you see somebody that's 50 with an 18-year-old, it's like, what a waste. If you really cared about that person, you would not be dating them. If you're 50 fucking an 18-year-old, clearly you don't care about that 18-year-old because you got like 20 years left maybe, and she's got 50, and you're holding her back, if anything. And yeah, she might be with you for the money, and so you look at it as a fair trade, but it's so fucking weird that we as a society look at it like that. I'm not trying to be one of those cringy people that use the word society, man. Joker really fucking ruined that. But I just think it's super odd that every day I get on YouTube and, oh, well, this influencer just got outed for fucking another 16-year-old. And then you go to the comments and it's, well, the legal age of consent is this. Well, you're mentally mature when you're this. Well, the body is physically able according to Mother Nature at this age. Guess what? You're a kid fucker and you support it and you should probably jump off a bridge. Video it, film it. It'll be the biggest success that you have ever done. Because if that is really the way that you fucking think, you don't deserve to breathe air. I'm sorry. That's just the facts. You should not be fucking underage women. No matter how much they think they want you, no matter how much they plead, no matter how mature they think they are, you are more mentally developed than them, which creates a power dynamic that you can take advantage of. And that is the problem. So, am I saying don't have sex until you're 25? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if you're 25, fuck a 25-year-old. Maybe a 23-year-old. Don't go any lower than that. Because why would you? People change. If you're 25, fucking a 20-year-old, the 20-year-old that you're fucking and trying to get serious with is going to be a different person in 5 years, right? So that's why, like, just dating seriously as a whole when you're younger doesn't work out, is because people completely change who they are. And I've seen a lot of comments of people, you know, talking about, yeah, well, I got with my husband when I was 17 and he was 22 and we're still together today. So, yeah, great for you. Your husband was a pedophile. I'm glad y'all worked out. He's still a weirdo. He probably texts people on the side. zero chance you're gonna last. And the fact that just because you had success and you're trying to normalize that behavior is pretty fucked up. And yes, there's women out there who, how do I word this in a way that isn't shitty? There's women out there that'll be 17, that'll fuck a 25-year-old knowing that they're fucking a 25-year-old just so they can out them in the future for 5 minutes of fame. Which, yes, it's a good thing you outed that guy. It is. Absolutely. But at the same time, you're kind of shitty too and contributing to the problem, because how many more 17-year-olds did that guy go on and fuck so you could go and get your 5 minutes of fame? And then again, they're mentally underdeveloped, so that's a stupid plan at 17 to be doing that. But there are women out there that purposely fuck older guys so they can out them in the future, and that to me does nothing but contribute to the fucking problem. Like, you're not mentally developed, but that doesn't mean that you're stupid. I'm not saying you're stupid when you're 17. You still know right from wrong. You still know you're fucking a 25-year-old. So whenever you know, in 3 years, try to turn around and pretend like, I know good and damn well you know what I'm trying to say. Like, there's women out there that literally, they don't care that they, you know, messed with somebody that was older than them. They just want to ride that train of, oh yeah, well, this guy was fucked up for sleeping with me at this age. I was okay with it. I'm still okay with it, but I know it's wrong, so I'm going to post it to drag his name and maybe get my name out there. And that does contribute to the problem a lot. Basically, guys, keep it in your fucking pants. I mean, this generation pisses me off. I'm going to make a video about OnlyFans tomorrow. Wait for that one. Because let me tell you, OnlyFans is a step back for women. I am so fucking sick of getting on Facebook and seeing kiss or slap, and then a random stranger gets to kiss or grope a fucking woman, and then you wonder why guys end up viewing women that way. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. I had an OnlyFans model argue with me the other day, and she said, doing OnlyFans is the same as having a career, because whenever you have a career, you're selling your body to the government. And that sound, you know what that sounds like? That sounds a lot to me like copying off the girl that tried in high school and taking all the credit, meanwhile you were actually too busy blowing the fucking football team. That's what that sounds like. OnlyFans fucking sucks. You're doing nothing but helping keep that ideology alive that you are an object. We'll get into that tomorrow. That's going to be a spicy subject. I can't stand OnlyFans. And yeah, of course, you got the guys out there that'll fucking buy it. But OnlyFans, hot tub streams, porn as a whole, shouldn't exist. It shouldn't. Porn exists for no reason other than to what? Dehumanize the woman in the video to literally just be an object of your pleasure. A lot of serial killers blame porn for why they started killing, like Ted Bundy and shit. Like, and sure, that's a cop-out to some degree. But on some degree, I can understand where he's coming from. Sex sells. It's billions of dollars industry. It's not going anywhere. But I'm just saying, if you do OnlyFans, you are definitely selling out your fellow woman that could do OnlyFans that doesn't, because they are tired of being objectified. They're tired of fucking being catcalled every time they go to the store. You are selling out your fellow woman to make a buck. And best case scenario, you make millions of dollars from OnlyFans, and then what? Then what? You turn into a fucking narcissist and treat everybody like shit because you're pretty and have a butthole like everybody else? We'll get in that tomorrow. But today, yeah, I'm tired of seeing these fucking videos of this guy slept with this 17-year-old, this guy slept like, dude, mentally developed at 25. You shouldn't really be messing around with anybody that's less than 2 years younger than you unless you're over the age of 25. That's where it gets different. You know, like people, I see the argument all the time. Well, if a 50-year-old can fuck a 30-year-old, what's wrong with a 20-year-old and a 15-year-old? Well, it's because a 50-year-old's mentally developed and a 40-year-old's mentally developed. So they're two grown, mentally developed adults making decisions versus a 20-year-old is almost mentally developed and a 17-year-old is even less mentally developed. So it just makes it weird. Like, it's very touchy. It's very... We're never going to follow the rules as a society. I know that. We're never going to do what I'm saying. There's always going to be guys out there that prey on young women. But I'm calling out the fucking shitty influencers and the shitty people in the comments. Because, yeah, if your arguments are, well, age of consent laws are this, or Mother Nature this, or back in Roman times this, shut the fuck up. You're weird. Try fucking a girl your own age. I get it. You gotta go after a 15-year-old so you can lie about your dick size and be her first and make her think you're good in bed when really you're not. If you're 30 years old and all you're doing is posting to Facebook about how good your dick is, guess what, motherfucker? You probably suck in bed, and the only worth you have as a 30-year-old is a dick that a bunch of 15-year-olds have seen. Good for you, buddy. What a real winner. I can't fucking stand it, man. And people like Sneeko sitting here and fucking gaslighting it and acting like it's okay. Well, maturity is something that is just debatable. At no age do you reach maturity. You could debate that there's 60-year-olds out there that scream over McDoubles that aren't mature. So it's just a stupid fucking argument from the very goddamn beginning. Mother Nature this, Mother Nature that. Like I said, you have your periods as young as 10. Just because you're 15 and you have tits and you went through puberty does not mean that you are mentally equipped to have sex and have a kid and do all these things. If you are in your 20s, leave teenagers alone. And to the guys in Eureka that might see this video, I know who you fucking are. And you should probably stop picking up high school kids before the cops get in on it. But then you want to know something crazy? There's a dude in the Eureka Springs police force, I'm not going to name him, who I know when I was in high school was fucking 16-year-olds. So what a weird place to be, right? It's just so gross to me. It's so gross to me that my daughter has to grow up in a world where this is a debate. It should just be known that you shouldn't be fucking around with people that are that much younger than you. And if you have anything else to say, you're supporting pedophiles. I don't give a fuck. If you're 20 trying to justify fucking a 15-year-old, you're a fucking weirdo. You just can't get anybody your own age. You're so desperate for punani that that's all you care about for whatever fucking reason. I don't get it. You do know there's fleshlights out there, right? Like, pussy is great, sex is great, but it ain't worth going to jail for. It ain't worth tarnishing your reputation for. So I don't get it. Just say no. Is it that hard? Just say no. Like, anyway, I'm not going to go in circles and keep talking about the same thing. I'm going to try to figure out if I can cut the part out where the baby was crying. Don't think I'm neglectful. She's spoiled rotten. She just, anytime I try to make a video, she knows. So she comes out here and starts yelling and shit. So, yeah, dude. I'm tired of living in a world where every day a new influencer with millions of views is fucking 17-year-olds and influencing people. And then you got half the people in the world arguing for the person just because they like them. And then you got shitheads like Sneeko that are rich and famous for being nothing but minuscule little fucking worms that have no idea how the world works, that have no idea how to be mature. All they are all bark and no fucking bite. Little alpha males talking about fucking being against gays and talking about how cool you are and how you can get any woman you want when the only woman you can get is on OnlyFans whose pussy everybody has seen. Not exactly a big flex. Andrew Tate, all of you motherfuckers. Just goddamn losers. And whenever you die and you're gone, your only reputation is going to be that you were a goddamn loser. Doesn't matter that you have millions of dollars. You can argue, oh, well, guess what? Well, I got millions, so I would rather be the brokest me than the richest you. Okay? Let that sink in for a minute, because I know you apes are going to fucking... I can't. I'm gonna have a stroke. Like, I cannot handle the stupidity of some of the people that actually make millions of dollars and get to influence people. If you look up to people like Sneeko or Andrew Tate, please don't. Okay? They're overcompensating and they give you really bad advice. Just because they have money doesn't mean that they are successful. Money does not equal success. Okay? I don't consider a millionaire who treats people like shit, doesn't know 2 plus 2, and is full of himself whenever he looks like that a success. Do you? I think what makes you a successful adult is how you treat people. What you do in this world matters, and your legacy being, oh, I manipulated girls to get on webcams for me and stole half their money, is not exactly a good legacy to leave behind. But this underage women thing that keeps being debated, I can't stand it, dude. If you are over the age of 25, you have no business fucking with anybody under the age of 25. If you are 18, you have no business fucking with anybody under the age of 16, max. And, like, honestly, at 18, you should only be fucking 18-year-olds. But like I said, man, I dated a girl who was, you know, we dated for 3 years, and so when we met, I ended up turning, while we were together, 18, and she was 16, and then she turned 17. You could argue that that's illegal, but I don't think that that's that weird. But I think it's different if it's like 18 and you're going after 14-year-olds or going after 15-year-olds. Like, the youngest girl I've ever dated was 2.5 years younger than me, and to this day I still feel icky about it. And the fact that there's people out there that are in their 20s that'll fuck girls that age, and they're just content with it, it's amazing. It's manipulation. I know a dude, like my ex-wife's sister is having a baby with a dude who is 32, and she just turned 21. And they started seeing each other when she was 19 and he was 30. And he was married before that to a girl who was, I believe, 18, 20, something like that, when he was like 28. Like, when you actually sit down and look at the numbers, like, you hear 20 and 28, well, that's 2 legal adults. It really isn't. It really isn't. It is not 2 mentally developed adults. We need to change that. Anyway, that's my rant for the day. Stop sticking your dick in kids. Stop making excuses for it. And stop being weird. Find a girl your own age. Learn what a clit is. And then maybe you won't have to actually go after young girls like that. Thank you for watching.